Have you ever felt like something just isn't good enough yet? Or are you already able to give yourself space? Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is my first video in English, and I hope my German community will forgive me and feel comfortable using the subtitles or translation. Okay, here on this channel you'll find creative inspiration, but also a place to relax and reflect. Today we're painting a Frosty Hydrangea blossom in a winter landscape. The painting is called Sparks of Joy because it symbolizes the joy in the small things. It carries a spark of light and enthusiasm, a spark that can make the world around you feel warmer. Instead of distant and grey, it becomes magical and colorful. Lately, I've been reflecting on the question, when is something good enough? I would never have described myself as perfectionist, and yet I've noticed that in many areas of my life I do have a certain tendency toward perfectionism. Often I felt it's still not good enough. But if we are honest and ask ourselves, for whom is it not good enough? Is it really for me? Or am I trying to live up to someone else's expectations? Very often I think it's the latter. We're usually not even fully aware of it, but patterns from our childhood can quietly drive us. They push us towards something that doesn't truly come from our deepest self, but rather from expectations and ideas of others. Or even more subtly, from what we believe those expectations might be. This has accompanied me for much of my life. And only now I am beginning to recognize how this can cover up the true creative spark, the real joy and passion, because we try to press everything into a certain form. So, how do we free ourselves from that? Of course, this is a journey. We can't simply drop something overnight that we've been doing our whole lives. But everything begins with listening inward and being honest with ourselves. And that's not really easy. I've gone through countless loops of reflection, and even now I'm not always sure whether I'm truly deeply honest with myself or whether there are still parts that are borrowed and conditioned and inherited. Often we believe we want something, only to realize later that it was actually born out of fear or conditioning or familiarity. Fear, interestingly, can be a very good indicator, even though it sometimes hides well and hides as intuition or common sense. But this is where we can begin asking, what do I really want? When you're facing a decision, try becoming very still first. Maybe take a few deep breaths. Then imagine each option one by one, and for each possibility, gently feel into it. If I choose this, how does it feel? If your body tightens, there may be fear inside of it. If it relaxes, it feels safe, and that tells you something. Of course, there can also be fear of the new, but when you tune in closely, you can usually sense what kind of fear it is. Maybe you like to try this for yourself. My own challenge is often that I forget to pause and truly feel what I want and for whom I am doing something. I just fall into following my old programs. In some areas, performance and results, of course, matter. But if we constantly act against ourselves just to be good enough for someone else's expectations, we will eventually become unhappy. What are your thoughts on this? I'd love to read them in the comments and hear, what kind of experiences do you have with this? And of course, if you're interested in this painting you're seeing in this video, or if you'd like to see which artworks, messages from the universe are currently looking for their new guardian, you'll find the link to my website in the description. So you are routed there to my website. And now I wish you a lot of joy with the remaining painting process and hope to see you again. Bye.